All right, hello everyone. Welcome to your reading for the full moon in Aquarius. This is the second full moon of this in Aquarius, the second full moon in Aquarius of this year, and it's also going to be the first day of Virgo season tomorrow, which is Sunday the 22nd of August in North America and Monday the 23rd of August in the Southern Hemisphere. I apologize for the terrible lighting. It is just after midnight here, and I am doing this reading a little bit late so that I can make sure that I get it up to you folks on YouTube and on Instagram. I would like to welcome the new subscribers to my YouTube channel. Welcome. I hope you find these readings resonant and helpful. And for all of those watching, either on Instagram or YouTube, I do 4-card readings for the collective, and I'm generally speaking to one color of the collective rainbow. So if you are listening to this reading or you come across this reading, it generally means that this reading is resonating for you specifically in this cycle. I draw a primary energy card to start, general energy of what's going on and what you can expect in this full moon cycle. I pull a shadow card underneath that, which is the energy that we need to bring forward so that we can help better understand how to navigate this lunar cycle. And then I do a pathway read, which is 2 cards stacked on top of each other. The top is the block, which is the energy that's keeping you stuck in this lunar cycle, or perhaps a challenge or a situation you are coming up against or need to move through. And the pathway underneath is the energy that you can invite, ask to bring in, or embody for this lunar cycle in order to move through this challenge with more ease and clarity. I do private readings by booking only. If you would like to book with me or like to book a distance Reiki session, you can DM me on Instagram, you can message me on Facebook, or you can write a comment on the YouTube video and I will get back to you. But for now, let's get to this reading, and happy Virgo season. Primary energy for full moon in Aquarius, and shadow energy. Interesting, lots of male energy. So, making sure that autofocus is working. Just want to make sure that these are nice and clear. Come on, little autofocus. There we go. Okay, so primary energy for the full moon in Aquarius. I get my lefts and rights mixed up with this mirror imaging. Shadow energy for full moon in Aquarius. I'm going to speak about the primary energy first. I mentioned in my previous video that in order to allow captions to, if captions aren't working, allowing anybody who needs to read lips to be able to see the videos, I will be putting the card down. So take a good look at the beautiful Lord and his staff and his crown and the ram's heads in the back and the ivy. And I'm going to tune in for the primary energy of this lunar cycle. So our Lord card, our general sense of success. So maybe you reach a little bit of a breakthrough with something. Maybe you just feel like you kind of have this breaking of the resistance that you've been working through, and you finally start to see some results, or you start to sort of be able to breathe a little easier as you sort of break through that sort of cellophane, that sort of plastic wrap that you have been feeling stuck in and feeling trapped by. And allowing yourself to not get caught up in how long this success is going to last, nor think about what your next steps are, but to really just take this full moon, take these 2 weeks and really enjoy this feeling of success, so that when you need to draw upon it in your more shadow times, in your darker times, you will be able to remember the feeling of this sun on your back at this time and draw strength from the memory. So whether it's a small success or a large success, or whether it feels like it is something that's been a long time coming, allow yourself to bask in the warmth of how this feels to achieve a breakthrough or to achieve some transition and some transformation, and put it in your back pocket for a rainy day so that you can remember and bring forward those physiological feelings from memory to help you move through those times when it feels like the storm is a little bit heavier. So that's our primary energy and our shadow energy. Is our very strong and compassionate night and our loving night. This feels relational. So whether it is a sibling or let me just make sure the autofocus is working here. There we go. Whether it is a sibling or a parent or a trusted friend or a guardian of sorts, this sign of the night is reminding you of the quiet people who hang out in your corner. These are the people who may not feel like they're really cheering you on, but are truly present there for you and are really here to support you on your path and to help you manage and sort of mitigate each small step that you need to take moving forward. And this shadow energy is a reminder to not get too worried about how that relationship is working, whether you are giving too much or whether you are taking too much, and to more shift that lens of focus into gratitude and to be grateful for the fact that they are in your lives, or they are willing to help, or they are willing to be in your corner for you. And to not worry so much about what is owed and what is needed to be repaid. This relational card is really about recognizing the harmony in balance that happens in an organic way when you allow giving and receiving to cycle in the way that it needs to in your friendships and in your relationships. So this card does feel like it is about one specific relationship, but if you are somebody who tends to see the world in the big picture often, this card could also apply to the way you behave in relationships in general. So recognizing that giving and receiving is of a cyclical nature, and there are going to be times where you depend on somebody a little bit more, and there are going to be times when sometimes they depend on you. And ensuring that you give yourself permission to be supported and to be taken care of and to be listened to in the way that you need to in order to feel heard and to move forwards is going to be vital for these next few months, so that you can be in a better position to receive that person back when they have their own struggles, when the tides turn. So that's our shadow card for our full moon in Aquarius. I'm just going to pull our block and our pathway read. Okay, so block for the full moon in Aquarius. Yeah, this definitely feels resonant and collective. So we have our beautiful Mother Gaia card here. I love this card. We have our little triple goddess symbol up top. Beautiful Mother Earth card, but in reverse. And what's coming up for this card is really the noise and the weight and the tension and the intensity of all the things that are going on in the world right now. Whether it is political, whether it is personal, whether it is racial or class-based or a global concept or pandemic-related or whatever, there is a lot of shit happening. And the clear truth, the clear sort of veritas of this reality is that there's always going to be things we need to weed through in the world. And yes, I believe we are living through a formidable time at this specific now in our lives. Yes, I believe it is necessary, but this reverse Mother Earth card is reminding us not to get too lost in the intensities of the fight and the battle, and to forget about the grass beneath our feet, the trees that continue to grow, and the rain that continues to fall, and the sun that continues to shine. Remind yourself of the small things that exist in the world that will help you appreciate the fact that you are a human that was born on this planet at a particular time, in a particular place, for a particular reason. And if you are here now, and if you are listening to this now, you were meant to be here. So don't give up yet. Don't doubt your ability to make a change and doubt your ability to help, because you would not be placed on this planet and you would not be given the challenges that you are facing at this moment if you did not have the stuff within you to handle them and to overcome them. So allow yourself to be reminded of the strength and the fortitude that you carry inside, and pick flowers or eat fresh fruit or go stand next to a tree or do what you need to do to remind yourself of your human connection between the earth and yourself. So that's our block and our pathway read for the full moon in Aquarius. Interesting is our wolf card. Beautiful winter wolf card, but also in reverse. Just tuning in here. Yeah, so what's coming up? Autofocus. Oh gosh, this camera sometimes drives me a little bit nuts. There we go. Thanks for your patience on that. So this wolf card, which I won't mess up the autofocus again, but the wolf in reverse is solidarity does not mean solitude. So isolating yourself, falling into social media holes, falling into traps on the internet, believing that you are really an individual all the time can be a trap that allows you to also feel alone. Yes, we are inherently individual. Yes, we are all like snowflakes and none of us are alike, but we work as a team. We are social creatures. We are meant to work together, which means that you are meant to express how you're feeling to a friend, or maybe express how you're feeling to somebody that you've never opened up to before and have that trust that maybe they will understand you. Or allow yourself to put that one thing on your to-do list off for a little while so that you can go enjoy having a coffee or a tea with somebody that you don't feel you spend enough time with. And just reminding yourself that connection is fostered through showing up. And showing up for yourself is step one, but showing up in a way that demonstrates to others that you also want to be a part is step 2, 3, and 4. So this pathway, this opportunity that we can pull in for this full moon in Aquarius is one of simple connection. And if you listen to some of the other astrologers like Bracha Goldsmith, who is very wonderful and really knows her stuff, one of the main themes she often talks about in her own forecasts is this concept of collaboration. And while that may feel far away from you right now, making connection, making that thread tie together by a simple gesture, whether it is a thank you, a hello, a genuine how are you doing, and making that effort to build that small bridge of connection between one and the other is really going to set us up for this unified step forward that we're going to be taking as we move into 2022. So allow yourself to reach out just that little bit. Allow yourself to be held, have your hand held just that little bit, and make that little step towards connection, because it will pay off when the time comes for all of us to take one step forward. So that is the forecast and the energy reading for the full moon in Aquarius occurring Sunday the 22nd of August and Monday the 23rd of August in the northern and southern hemispheres. I am Indigo Instinct Healing, and if you would like to book a private reading with me or a personal reading with me or a distance healing session, please send me a message, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Blessings.